Hey everyone, I'm here with Jason and Billy, and they're from the amazing It Gets Better project. They're part of the cast, and they have an amazing concert going on Saturday. But you guys have things all week. Can you tell me about the project?
Sure. Whenever we go to any city, we spend a week doing outreach and going around to different schools, different community activities, and finding out what the climate is for LGBTQ youth in whatever city we're in. That usually, always culminates in a performance at the end of the week. And this week it's going to be at Fox Cities Performing Arts Center on Saturday at 7:30. So we hope we see you all there. And it's a grouping of songs and stories that people have told us as we've traveled around the country over the past 2 years, just finding out what the troubles that people are having, especially usually in smaller cities or in rural areas, being LGBTQ. And the message is just for youth to hang in there so that they know that things can change and life does get better as you grow up and you're able to make more choices.
The It Gets Better project started off as a YouTube video campaign. To tell kids exactly that, to hang in there, down the road it'll get better. One of the main criticisms of that was that we're saying down the road it'll get better. This tour was founded with the idea to go into local communities and help them to make it better for kids now. Whatever they're being bullied for, we bring it up when we go into schools. We find out what is the big bullying pattern here at this place. Is it socioeconomic? Is it racial? Is it LGBT issues? And we encourage them to explore it with themselves, and we also encourage the local community to explore it together and find a way to help everyone survive that torturous time in life.
And you guys have traveled, you've done so many of these. Are there certain things that you have seen as kind of like a pattern with all the different places that you've been to?
The biggest pattern, unfortunately, is the rate of LGBTQ suicide among young people that take their lives. The percentages are just so much higher. And we actually, since we've been here in Appleton, we've found out that of the people that have taken their lives that are considered youth, it's 86% identify as LGBTQ. So for us to be here in an environment where that's happening and to be able to tell people, look, you have more choices than you know that you do, it's kind of the whole reason why I personally got involved in this project, just so that the young people know that all the struggles in life, so many people have been through them, and that there is a way out, because a lot of times people just don't see any options.
I was going to ask, why did you gentlemen get involved in this?
I got involved to pay it forward, and also in penitence in a way. I actually was, in my hometown, the local bully against the LGBT community. I didn't know any LGBT community, but it was a teacher saying, that's not okay, when I was just being such a jerk in class one day, and I learned at that moment, oh my gosh, someone disagrees with that. I actually have an ally here. No one ever disagreeing made me think that everyone thought what I was saying was right, and made me feel very isolated and alone. So one of the stories that I always share is that in order to help people understand that sometimes standing up can be as much a help to the bully as it is to the person being bullied.
And have you guys seen just, an enormous amount of support and some change going on in the cities that you've come and performed this?
Definitely. Sometimes we see it directly while we're in a particular city. We'll see organizations form. A lot of times people after the show will kind of have an epiphany. There are a lot of aha moments. And usually we do a Q&A after each show, and that's really an eye-opening experience for us to be able to get direct feedback about what people just saw and how it impacted them. And I personally received a letter from a young lady who was planning to take her life, and after seeing our performance, she felt like it had changed her mind about needing to do that. And again, I'm sure I sound like a broken record, but it's so much about people don't realize they have options. They don't realize they have a community that's there to support them. And especially in smaller towns, people don't know about it. When you live in New York or Los Angeles or Chicago, the help that's available is easily seen, but in smaller communities, a lot of times it's just invisible.
There's a great moment in the show, too, where they say, you've got to tell your story. You never know who might hear it. And I think that's pretty much the entire point. In the show, we tell the stories. When we go into the schools, we share the stories. We hear their stories. And maybe there's someone in the room who needs to hear it. And hopefully that helps.
I'm sure it does. I'm sure it makes just a world of a difference to these kids, to our own community, to tons of people just around the nation. So thank you so much for doing this. And can you tell me when is the show on Saturday?
It's this Saturday at 7:30 at the Fox City Performing Arts Center. Fox Cities Performing Arts Center. Also, we have tomorrow night a thing called Piano Cabaret, which the lovely and talented Billy Thompson, brilliantly, he's a master of the piano and the keyboards. And so if you want to come to the Performing Arts Center and sing some show tunes, we invite you to join us. And the show is Saturday. And is there a Q&A afterwards? And there is a Q&A. So come talk to us afterwards.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys.
Thanks.